Wow, somebody got into quite the wreck years ago. Look at the guardrail, all twisted down here. The trees are banged up. They've long replaced it. Going down here just to check out this culvert pipe. It's huge. And there is a clog here, a little one, not much. This culvert is awesome. That's why I came down to see it. You see, they have all this in here to prevent the water from going too fast through this canal. By the looks of it, they added this on the bottom. Years ago, it was all completely concrete or completely metal. But there must have been damage. Look at that, they added that later on because I guess it wasn't going slow enough. Let's increase the flow briefly while this puddle behind it drains. I'm surprised there's not more in there because look at the junk in the riverbed. Wow, I can't believe more junk is not caught in here. Just removing this is gonna, oh, that just increased by a ton. Because that little blockage, even though it's only held up 3 inches, that is probably tens of thousands of gallons just in front of me. Now let that drain back. Thankfully all this is moving. There's no mosquitoes after me. There's a bunch of these other little insects. But wait, maybe I spoke too soon. Look at them. There's 3 mosquitoes on my knee at the same time. I really want to go in here and see this. Is there... I'm trying. Is that another clog at that one? Why is this one full? If there's a clog there, I will come back in here with my gear and lights. Oh my. Oh wow. Can't believe how many mosquitoes are after me. This is insane. Definitely did speak too soon back there. I can't tell. Is that a clog? What is that? No, it's not a clog. It's just one of those baffles. They have it holding up more water there for who knows why. This is a slanted angle, kind of hard to walk on. Oh, look at the debris up here. Yeah, that's debris stuck to like, I guess that is a line so they stay level, but they never removed it. So that shows during the spring thaw, the water's all the way up here. These mosquitoes, they're all around me, but if I stay moving, they're not landing on me. I was in northern Maine a few days ago. They're really aggressive up there. There's swarms of these giant ones just, they'll chase you literally, and they can keep up with you. These ones are like regular mosquitoes. Yeah, you're seeing there, the water line on the rock, that dropped back quickly. Love this culvert. Never seen anything like it. Totally awesome. These mosquitoes are bad. Just a ton of them. Probably don't get much company down here. I'm glad I stopped to see this. Right here is a quarry on one of the logging roads. As you can see, they have every size gravel and sand you can think of. Here are a few culverts that were removed. And this one's interesting. What could this have been repurposed from? It is really thick. Probably about to be scrapped. Look at the end of that thing. See, there would have been a side compartment on there. Maybe some sort of giant tank. And this one over here is just a culvert. Wow, look at the damage here. It looks like someone shot through it with a cannon. because this would have been the bottom of it. Look at all that damage. The way it looks, maybe it settled onto a rock slowly as it was rotting. Or the floor, you could see all these holes. It was already rotted out. And maybe a big rock tumbling through it in the spring thaw caused that to happen. And that will cause a sinkhole when you get holes that big, because it allows the fill around it to start washing into it, undermining the whole road. Look at this thing. It looks like somebody was shooting through it. Now this other culvert, which is even thicker metal, has similar damage. Stuff on the end, that could have been from an excavator cleaning it, because it doesn't look like anything natural did that. But this right here is just pure rot, like the other one. Oh, look at that's cute. This culvert's been here a while. Baby burn swallows. Okay, we won't linger as long. More damage here. Look at how thick the metal is. I think their machinery did that, like they crushed and grabbed into it with, just to pick it up and move it around with the excavator. But that is river damage that you're seeing there. But what do you think this thing used to be? Look at that. And there's another one on this side. Usually when beavers cut down a tree, they will chew just enough so it doesn't fall over, and they let the wind do the rest. But by the evidence here, I think this tree fell over while they were chewing. Because as you can see, they chewed all the way into the rotten area, which leads me to believe they caused it to fall over, not the wind. That thing is so hollow. Because that's what they do. They cut down trees near the water. They usually don't make them fall over. They wait for the wind, and when it falls into the water, they cut up all the small branches to make their lodge. There would be no dam in this situation because they're on a lake. Got a turtle in the road. Just basking, I guess. Not even trying to walk. I don't know if it came out here just to bask, or is it gonna cross? Oh, yep, it's going back. Can't have that thing in the road. This is the giant launch ramp for the logging ferry they've been using for a long time, but I guess they're finally done logging all the islands, because it looks like they're gonna be taking this away. Because they have the road going down to the lake completely blocked off with these tires and metal structure. And on the other side, they just put down a bunch of straw and they're planting grass. They want this to grow in. No more logging ferry. I got an old video of the logging ferry I can link in the description when it was here and active. They would bring one truck of logs at a time. They had a tractor they left in this parking lot. They would take it off the ferry, leave it in the parking lot, and then a truck bringing an empty trailer would take one away. Giant mosquito breeding grounds. That's what these are full of, mosquito larvae. Huge tires. They wore these down to nothing before leaving them here as a barrier. Look at that. Running over all kinds of stuff, destroying them. Let's go down to the water. That's it. Extremely calm today. When they get that ramp out of there, I bet that a lot of people will use this for launching kayaks. Kind of a shame they didn't leave the ramp here. This is Moosehead Lake. It has some of the best rocks. Nothing sharp, they're all worn down like something you'd see at the ocean. You can find rocks almost any shape here. And there's also a ton of these. I can actually see the sign. Those are boat campgrounds. They're supposed to be used by boaters. Nothing says you can't hike to them, but you'd have to bushwhack. There's no trail. Oh, and I believe that's another one right there. I think someone's boat is parked at it. Looks like a loon. This bridge is all crooked and messed up on one end. I want to take a look at the foundation. I bet it's all washed out and starting to sink. You see this corner is sinking completely. Probably washed out during the spring thaw. See a lot of this damage here. If you actually take a look at it, oh, there's one right there. Yeah, it's carpenter ant damage. It's the best way down. Looks like over here. These horse flies are aggressive today, and they really hurt when they bite. See, they leave a big mark like that. If you can see that. That mark is from 2 days ago. Yeah, look at that. Foundation is falling apart from the water washing the rocks out beneath it. Yeah, those two cement barriers are completely dislodged. This one is still in place. This one isn't much better. The one in the middle is definitely moving, and the others will soon follow. Oh, I just realized there's a lot of mosquitoes landing on my arm. The mosquitoes in this area are really aggressive and desperate. They will chase you in swarms. Here's another messed up culvert. Still working, but half crushed. A lot of these bridges that were built out here, like that one there, they were built to be temporary, but a lot of them are actually permanent because they're on the main arteries. Because they learned that they wash out so fast, all the brand new bridges, they have those concrete blocks going way down below the riverbed, so it would take forever to erode. Oh, there's a big moose standing in the road. That's a giant one. Look at this culvert. Some people ripped it out of the ground and filled the hole with logs. And there's water flowing through the logs. See those steel girders right there? All those I-beams? The logging company dismantled this bridge, either because they don't want people down this road, or because it was damaged and they're not using it anymore and it posed a safety hazard. Let's go see what remains. Those big rocks are blocking you from falling into the river. Check it out. This is where the bridge was. And most of these bridges they have are meant to be temporary, but some of them do become permanent on the main arteries that were meant to be temporary. They usually just put a few wood timbers as a foundation. They're not even down, so they easily wash out. That's got to be blocked somewhere else. I just found a pretty cool culvert by accident here, walking up this river. It's right on in here. This one is riveted together, and it may actually be a steam train boiler since it's next to some train tracks. Usually the rule with culverts is you want to bury them half its diameter deep, but this one only has a few inches of gravel on top of it, but that's okay. It's extremely thick. Awesome how it's riveted together. I hope I don't get attacked. There's a ginormous wasp nest right there. gonna try to walk by it slowly. Is that a wasp nest? Oh no, it might not even be. That might be, oh yeah, we're all right. Awesome to see that here. That is a barn swallow nest. Okay, you see it's all riveted together, all nicely. Really thick metal. You can see the end of it was cut off. Do we have any babies in there? It's just on top of a pipe. That's been abandoned a while. There would be babies in it now. It's that time of year for them. All right, we have all kinds of different tubes. It's pretty slippery in here. The rivets down here are not doing too well, but it's nowhere near failure yet. Oh, this is awesome. Look at this. They even put it in correctly. They packed around it with giant rocks, so even if a hole does form, it won't wash out immediately. Nice. It may be part of an old train. Well, I know it is definitely part of a train because it's right next to a railroad. All right, here's a second segment. And they actually put it in correctly. That's meant to be a joke. I've seen stupid towns put it flowing the wrong direction where they actually put the culvert lengths together backwards. It's probably part of an old steam train, that's what I'm thinking. Look at all that rust there. But this thing is so thick, that means nothing. Here's another one. Looks like there's a black widow in there, caught some kind of fly and is eating it at the moment. All right, now that we're out from under the road, we're gonna go check out the actual railroad culvert. You see, they capped that a long time ago. All right, coming on out. Now that was put in there a long time ago, so this road is nothing new. Now up here was the actual train tracks. And that culvert looks perfect. Old concrete just lasts longer. Old concrete usually wasn't poured. It was tamped and packed into place, making it so much stronger without the extra water. See how it's like slightly oval shaped? It's taller than a usual culvert. That may have been poured in place. Okay, we have a spider right here. Carefully step over it. Yeah, look at all those rocks. New culverts don't have all that rock mixed into the batch. And that's why this is so much stronger. It's been abandoned for so many years, and I don't see any noticeable damage except for minor sliding apart. Nice little creek, kind of dried up. Looks like this year we'll have another drought. Beautifully done culvert. See a big piece of thick rebar in there. A slug. A few pieces of debris I can move out of the... All set. Wow, the camera makes the whole culvert look green. That's not what I'm seeing. came through the old riveted culvert to see this, and I completely missed this. Looks like if that one goes over capacity, which may not be too often, there's another one right here. Let's see what we got. By the evidence, it does work in the spring. Concrete one. A little bit of a clog. Actually, this one's put in at not quite the best angle. This one's a little too small to go in. But you see the end of it's full of sand and rocks. Got a little bit of rust, but I don't care about that. Found this grill on the side of the road for free. And the only thing I could really find wrong with it is all the burners were rotted out. So I just built 3 of them out of an old fluorescent light fixture I also found on the side of the road for free while going for a walk down the street. Now, the one over here, I didn't have any extra. These I actually took off another grill. But you see, they're too short, so I just zipped a couple sheet metal screws and slid them into each other, so that's equal. Now, before I cook food, I'm going to run this for like 20 minutes so all the paint can burn off it. Then it's going to be unprotected metal until some food starts dripping on it. The grease from burgers and stuff actually will help preserve it longer. But who cares if they rot out after a year? It was free. Ooh. Here we go. Want to get all that paint off of this before you start cooking food, because that's going to be kind of poisonous. But you see, the purpose of them is because if you had direct flames, it would burn the food. But a free grill, that's pretty good. Does the side work? Yep, it works. Really nice. That'll be great for boiling maple syrup outside come the spring. Because you don't want to do that in a house. It'll make the walls sticky as it evaporates the sugar or the water from the sugar. And on the other side, the grill has this. I'm not exactly sure what the point of this is. I've never actually seen a grill with one of these burners. Yeah, it's on. And look at it. It looks like the previous owner never even used it. Look at this. There's still paint on the bars. It never even burned before. I don't know, is there supposed to be another guard in there that's missing? Because it seems like your dripping food would just start a massive fire. But I guess that's the point of it. Because it says right here, shearing burner. So I guess that's to actually burn food. It's never run before, as you can see by the bars. They never used it. I've never seen a grill with one of them, actually. This is cool. It looks like there's a old boxcar out here. There's a concrete slab I'm walking on now. Probably an old logging camp. Don't see any brackets or marks on the floor of where walls would have been. This looks like a train car. Sure does. There's a fire pit here. Somebody's been camping. Tent poles. Broken beer bottles. This is an old one. Anyone in here? Awesome. They don't make them like this anymore. With the wood. What's that say? Handle freight carefully. Awesome. Awesome train car. What's in this back room? Got an oil filter. Random debris and garbage. burnt logs. Just a bunch of garbage. This thing's awesome. This thing, the roof won't leak for years and years. I see, it looks like some barn swallow nests. That's why, if you live in the country and you can get one of these, this thing is an awesome shed. That roof will probably never leak in your lifetime. It's so thick. Amazing. It's even insulated. So I wonder, that was probably just to keep the heat out sitting in the sun. Wonder what this would have been actually used for when it was in the railway. I don't see any writing on the outside. Can check around back. Yeah, the coupling is gone. Something to do with the logging company. Why is that cut open? There's a lot of flies buzzing around here. Nope, it says nothing on the back. Wow, so much mud on this road. It has become so problematic since the spring. It's almost impassable now. This might be the last time I'm gonna take this road. Oh man. What do we got? I gotta get out and inspect that. The whole road is flooded. And the mosquitoes are not being friendly out here recently. They are horrible. Okay, there's a busted culvert pipe here. A little bit passing through it. It's supposed to be in the ditch here. How bad is this mud? Is that stable ground under there? Yeah, that's stable. The road is still stable underneath all this. So, and right here, there's just some mud on the surface. So I just have to get over right here. So usually when I pass this road, I put the wheel on top of the culvert here. Got mud here. As soon as I get to this point, I'm fine. Because you see, all this is supposed to be going through here. Oh, that's one massive water beetle if you see that thing swimming. Oh, there's a bullfrog out here too. Surprise, no mosquitoes are on me. Big moose tracks. Yeah, you see, it's supposed to be entering the culvert here. It's supposed to be going across the street, but you see it's actually coming out of the pipe here and going down the road. Yeah, you see how high the grass is in the street. Not many people are using this road. It'll be impassable probably by next year. Hope I don't get stuck. I don't think I will. Come on. Yeah, exactly. That's why I got out to inspect. Because some roads you'll go across that and get stuck in a foot of mud. But I went out there just to see if the road was still stable. It is. And you see how high the grass is? Not many people are going down this road anymore. And I'm gonna take it really slow in these areas I can't see. I'm putting the wheel on top of the hump because there could be hidden rocks in there that'll smash something. I've grazed things before. Luckily, it never actually damaged anything. All right, now this part of the road is all right. The hump isn't that high. It's opening back up. You know what that means? That means most of the traffic going over that culvert is bigger vehicles like trucks. It opened back up here because this is basically probably where all the tourists in cars are turning around as soon as they get to that point, because they probably assume they're going to sink super deep, but that's really not the case. That's why I get out and inspect that stuff. Not a big deal. Over this road, I knew I was gonna find something down here. I did, but it's not much of anything. See all the gravel that fell down here? The grader did that. But when this stream starts gushing, everything there, it can easily get out of the way. And it's very deep in the ground. It's not gonna get crushed. That's like 6 feet of dirt on top of it. Better get out of there. The mosquitoes are getting too excited. I knew I was gonna see the grader today. The entire road is disturbed for like 10 miles. Guys going back and forth. The first time digging up the road, going back a few more times, every time sifting out the big rocks, pushing them to the side, making the road wider. That's why there's pieces of grass all over the road. Here's the end of the grading. Left a big pile of stuff. The road doesn't look that bad here. What a beautiful logging road this is. Between the two bodies of water. Wow, this grader did a great job. Look at this. Every one of those big rocks is gone. And now it's down to just fine dirt. Great for travel. And you see the pile right there? I just passed the grader again. It'll come back and do this. See that big rock? Don't want to be traveling there. Yeah, it's kind of rough here. Still pulling some big rocks out.